Hello, this is Leah from All Things Cards. I have a conundrum. I made some lovely cards. Well, I started to make some lovely cards and found out that I had stamped this right in the middle of the card. I had adjusted it when I was stamping and something moved, and then I readjusted and I readjusted wrong. So what I've decided is that I will make a gatefold card that has a garden inside, lots of sparklies, shiny alcohol ink, pearl alcohol ink flowers, and little bee. Okay, so here we are. Now, because this is fat, because I popped this stuff up on small, thin dimensionals, it won't stay closed. So I have these lovely, have a bloomin' marvelous day, a little thing to go on the front, which, you know, my original thought was I would stick it to one side and you would open the card and away you go. But nothing's working. So I'm going to make belly bands because I got to figure out something. So now I was torn between wanting to do gold foil belly bands or what? And then I thought, well, if I took a piece of vellum, because I think that would be really nice to do it as a vellum. I measured it out. I can get 8 per sheet. I've got one down here. 8 per sheet, 11 inches. I needed about 10 or something like that. And 10.5, so I'll do 11. I'll do half with the, what do you call it? The little honeycomb stencil in gold, and I'll do the other half with white heat embossing, so that when it wraps around the card, half of it coming around will be white and half of it will be gold, and they'll meet in the back. So I have measured the paper in half, both of them, and now I'm getting ready to apply the Deco Foil Transfer Gel. I did do a whole video on the transferring of this gel, and it was kind of a learning curve for me. So I had a flimsy piece of plastic, but now I found my trusty dollar store heavy duty thing that I should be able to just with. Okay, so we're going to try it again. We got our spatula. I have a small container of hot sudsy water beside me for this when I'm finished. And I forgot to get paper towels, so let's hope we don't need any of those very quickly, because I will have to go get those. The trouble is that I'm working on white, on vellum, on white, with white, and my eyes are really bad. So let's just see how that works out. Now remember, keep this handy. This is your place to rest your spatula. I know I thought before I better move it out of the way, but then I had no place to rest the spatula. So we will try again. We will attempt the, have I got enough room? No, just barely. Let's move these guys out of the way. I'm using my Misty again with my heavy duty magnets. And let's just put this on here and spread it across. You got your fingers crossed? See if this will work like I think it should. Now, I'm kind of just going down at an angle. If this was the piece of paper, I'm going like that and dragging it across. Trying not to go anywhere I don't want to go. Laying it down and dragging. Now I did notice it didn't feel hardly anything but the outside edges, so let's move this stuff to the middle. See, it's still a learning process for me to try to figure out how to get this to work properly. This works so well with cookies that I keep thinking, when you use cookies and stencils, this is what you do. You just put the stuff on the little spatula thing and away you go. You drag it across. Ah! Oh, fruit flies. Sorry. These magnifying glasses aren't helping. That was a very big bug, but in reality, it was a fruit fly. Can't get that one little hole. Now this is not one where I want to come off, because maybe I should have stuck tape down there on just the stencil. and I don't want to go under. There we go. Looking good. Okay. I don't know if I didn't finish that sentence. Now I can't even remember what that sentence was that I didn't finish. But anyways, I'm too focused. Now, I'm going to try. I guess I can't do anything now until it dries. But I can work on the other piece of paper. I can do that one right now. Put those on my lap because I don't want them smashing into each other. I already broke one of these things once. Don't need to do that again. Hey, that looks pretty good, huh? Okay, it's curling my vellum. Yay. Let's just park this over here somewhere. Partly hanging out of a drawer. I craft in my dining room, so everything's makeshift. Okay, here we are again. Gotta move it over, line it up. Where's the magnets? On my lap. Just to get it situated. Now I remember it was just a little bit off the on the edge here, and a little teeny bit up there in the purple. Is it hot where you are? It's so hot here. Summertime. Had a couple of hot days in a row and you just can't cool the house down at all. Okay, let's try again. Trusty spatula. Zuh. Remember, more in the middle. Because we did not have enough in the middle. Oh, that bug. And always when my hands are full. Oh, get off my transfer gel. Oh. One thing I hate about summer a lot is fruit flies. Get the whole place rid of fruit flies, and a certain someone doesn't do the dishes. Not me. And I've got fruit flies again. So now I gotta fight that battle, get rid of all the fruit flies again, and hopefully I can convince someone to make sure to not leave any dishes in the sink, no matter what. Fruit flies are the bane of summer. Well, they are where I live. You probably, maybe you have worse things to deal with in the summer than I. Fruit flies, but fruit forest fires, for instance. But, you know, fruit flies for me. I don't like bugs. I don't like little bugs that swarm. And that's what it feels like when you go in the kitchen. Come on, right at the edge there. I just need that little bit. Just go right there, right there. There. Come on. Oh my goodness, do you have the patience for this? I know I don't. I might as well stick it in that corner right there too while I'm at it. Okay. Now we will scrape it off. Not getting it on the vellum. Very careful. Oh my goodness, I almost pushed it right off the vellum. I mean the stencil onto the vellum. This is a great width for this thing. It works very well. And it looks like we have almost a winner. We have this edge down here that's not quite the way I'd like. So let me just get that edge. Did I just put a hair in there? Oh my goodness. A wet cloth. That's what I forgot too. A wet cloth. Make sure you have a wet cloth and paper towels. Oh, goodness, why does he keep bothering me? I'm trying to videotape here. It's not embarrassing at all. But this is what goes on over here. And sometimes I think it goes on over there too, where you are. Okay, I don't know. I can't put anything down right now. Let's throw that in the hot sudsy water for now. Take this off, throw it in the hot sudsy water. But you gotta lift it straight up. And try not to let those magnets anywhere near each other. There we go. Another perfect one. We'll get that in the hot sudsies. I do not plan on putting my hands in there right away. I'd like to let that sit so I don't have to touch it too much. Get this all back inside here and down there. But you know that Betty Crocker spatula scraper, that's what it's called, worked really well. So I think I will not lose that again and use that. So what I'm planning on doing, get that in the water. what I'm planning on doing is letting this dry till it goes clear, then it'll be dry. Then I can take that stencil, and that stencil will fit in to here. It's kind of an ingenious stencil. It fits into the little holes, and I will go across. I don't know if I'll go down. I'll probably leave this as part of the part that goes underneath the belly band, so I don't have to deal with this part down here. So we will then go across, and then I will take the tape off and white heat emboss this kind of a stuff. I can't remember what it's called. Honeycomb on the other side. I will also videotape that and include it right now. And we're continuing here. Since I last recorded, I did take this and I finished across the entire 2 sheets of vellum with the Deco transfer gel. I cut some into inch strips. I cut some into, oh, that's a little bit of an interesting piece there. There we go. 2-inch strips. I'll work on those as I go. I thought maybe 2-inch strips might be easier for when it comes to the heat embossing section. So after I cut a couple 1-inch strips, I'm like, what are you doing? This would be so much easier if they were bigger. So I made them bigger. So I only got a couple of little wee ones there. Semi-wee ones. Okay, so what we're going to do is I've looked at the different beehive. It's really hard to see. White piece of paper. I've looked at the different beehive stamps that I've got, and I'm trying to cover, you know, a good, let's see here, 4.5 to 5 inches of space, and this one only measures 3, and it's not going to be wide enough for all those other ones. Then there's this one, which has got that nice long one, but it doesn't give good coverage. So then I found this one, and I thought, well, it's very tiny though, but it gives very good coverage. So if I could just line up in the misty thingy, then what I can do is it's brand new, so I'll just rub it off. As per Jennifer McGuire, I will give it a good rub with my micro, whatever this horrid cloth is that I got from the dollar store, and cut it up into quarters. That thing. Okay, let's take that. Let's position this so that I can move it once I stamp it. So I'm going to stamp it, and then I want to pick it up, and I want to move it, and I want to continue the stamp. How do these ones work? Very good question. Should have practiced before I turned on the camera. I know, but I want to make it as easy as I can, so I can line it up as easy as I can. So this kind of doesn't look too bad. This middle part is going to be at the very back of the card, so I'm not too fussy about that. I just want to make sure that when I start, I've got it in an easy place that I can manage. And then when I slide it, let's just double check this on a double wide. There we go, we've got enough coverage. Stamp's a little bit bigger than that. Okay, so we'll start on this one, not overlapping this edge here. Okay. Down our magnets. Now remember, when we slide it, we won't be able to put a magnet over here. I don't think. Let's see. Oh, we can put one right at the corner. Okay. Does that look like it's about lined up? We'll do our best. We'll just kind of put that there. Now, get out I've got this Nuvo Clear Mark embossing pad. I like that it has this on the end. It's got little grippy things here, so you can grip it and get it apart easy. But I'm still up in the air as to whether I really like it or not. Having used Versamark for a year, Versafine, Versamark, Versa something, for a year. I've got my white embossing powder over to the side. I think it's Hero Art's Fine Detail. I don't know, can't remember. Something Body, Embossing Buddy? Yeah. They say that vellum is very staticky, so let's just get that covered as much as we can. Turning this away because I don't want this to end up in anything. Hopefully it doesn't stop me from pushing down hard enough. Okay, we will, I've just got too many projects on the go here. Let's go here. Oh, good thing I stamped all the way over there. Now I have to clean that. Yay. I always do it twice. I fail so miserably so many times. So, there we go. Looks nice. Now we just remember we're sliding it. Did we memorize where the point was where we needed to slide it? No! We didn't even give it any thought. Okay, that's where it started. Let's see. It ends at... I need my glasses. Hold on. I left them in the kitchen. Okay. Glasses are on. Now we can see what on earth we're doing. About this far away from my face, but not rest. Okay, so it's about 5 and an eighth or something like that. From 3 and an eighth. So let's take this and slide this down to about 3 and an eighth. Let's bring our little thing in here. Now remember, to be very careful over here. Let's get ourselves stamped again. No, I'm stamping the wrong side. Do you ever get that? You're trying to stamp this side, but you stamp that side of your... You ink, not stamp, ink that side. Now I got a bit of a gap in the middle. Unhappy times. It's not going to quite line up properly. Why don't they make stamps so that they can line up? I don't know. Anyways, it looks moist. Let's get going. And for those of you who hate the word moist, 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 moist. It's wet and it's moist. This is not a safe space. To say the least. Okay, I wonder if you can see it a bit better now. You can see that gap in the middle there where it joins. Not quite sure how to compensate for that. Okay, heat tool. Now remember, we're dealing with vellum, Leah. Remember to heat it up a lot. Only come over here and visit the paper a little. My goodness, everything's on my embossing cord. Heater cord. And then just come over a little bit. Do not turn your paper white or warp it. Ah, here goes everything. Heat tool, heating up. You know what? I found out my camera does not like this pointed at it. Oh, great. There's something on there. Where'd it go? Right there. So what I did... Man, I can't stand that noise. Okay, so what I did was I went and bought these little dental brushes. You get packages of like 400 for a couple of dollars. And because, you know, you need a brush when you're dealing with embossing powder. But... It's too light under there to see. But you do not want brushes with stray bristles. You want a very concentrated brush. So I thought to myself, well, what's better for a concentrated brush than something with bristles that are millimeters in size? And you can throw them out. So if I get any Versamark ink on it, I just throw it out. There, you see how easy that was? It's like having a little pen. Tip. This is a good tip. It's like having a little pen to erase your little mistakes. Because it's not going to have stray little bristles. Do not know if you can see that. Where on earth is the camera? Where on earth are you? See, it's a little tiny, tiny, tiny little brush. Okay, let's try this again. Heating up the tool. This is hard to hold on to. Come in and go out. Come in and go out. working fine. Except my paper's a floppy paper. Floppy papers are hard. Whew, it's hot. Can I get it all? Is it all shine? Don't point your thing at the camera. I think I got it. So how's that look? Let's take a look. It does not look too bad. It's a little warped, but it doesn't matter right now. It's going to be a belly band. Remember, we're making a belly band to go around our card. So let's grab one of our cards here. Kind of center that. See how we're doing. Ooh. This one's not the most spectacular, but I don't think that looks too bad. And then I'll take my little Have a Bloomin' Day, Blooming Marvelous Day, attach it to that, and we've got some gold on that side and some white on that side, and it's just right where that little gap was. So hopefully I can fold that so the gap is right at the edge and nobody will really notice too much. Nobody look at my cards too closely. Okay. If you want to watch some more of this, you can. It's just going to be noisy stuff and me making messes. But let's see how we do. Push it into the edge over here. I remember now. And there's 2 magnets on here. Nothing moves. There we go. Oh, how much lighter. Okay, move that out of the way. Put that over there. This over here. Keep that just in case we have little boo-boos. Now we should be properly lined up. Well, we overlap just a little. Just slide that over just a touch. Yeah, good enough. Do you live your craft life in not good enough? It's good enough. Oh, I did forget to wipe off the underpad. Now I've stamped this on both sides. Oh well, looks good. Keep going. Oh, cannot remember my measurements. 3 and a something, wasn't it? Oh boy. 3 and a something. Maybe if I could just figure out how to overlap, then it would look real. But I am not. At some point I'm just going to say I don't care anymore, and that's where I'll be very soon. If I make too many mistakes, it'll be like, yeah, I don't really care. Is that how you get with your crafting? You try, and then if it doesn't work, oh well. There are some people who, I think I'm very close. I'm like I got a millimeter off. Some people who are so anal in their life. I forgot to stamp this with the doohickey too, the buddy guy. That I don't know that making cards would be good for them, because not everything goes perfect, and when it doesn't, you just fly by the seat of your pants. You just keep going. Make it pretty. If only putting on makeup was like that too. Ooh, woo-hoo-hoo. Lined up beautifully. Got this big gap over here, but then my thing I'm putting over it is really big, so who cares? Maybe it won't matter. When I put on makeup, I think the last time I put on makeup was, it would have been my son's wedding. And my granddaughter is now going to be 5. So that would mean that that wedding was many years ago. I just find it makes me so tired when I put it on my face. I don't know. It's nice to have all the blemishes covered up by makeup, but oh, just to wear it feels so heavy for me. I've tried liquids, I've tried powders. I've got such dry skin that powders make it worse. Liquids react to my skin. So, I think I'm just going to go with what God gave me. Because I'm fine. Hopefully I don't have to have anyone really take my pictures professionally anymore. But if they do, maybe someone else can put the stuff on me. Okay, here we go. Such flimsy stuff. Oh, there, hey, that works. Look at, I got it. It's like kind of like a spatula now. Go in there, come out. Go in there, come out. Go in there, come out. In, whoo, hot! It's like a funnel. Ah, let's go this way. Just from an angle and a little bit of distance. Seems to like it. Go in there, come out. Go in there, come out. Change hands. In and out. You can see where it isn't quite taken because there's a little bit of a dullness. Oops, I'm pointing it at the camera again. Sorry. Point it over my shoulder. That doesn't look too bad, huh? Okay. One down, a gazillion to go. I don't even know what I do with the other one. There it is. Okay. Do I need to wipe this off? No. It feels terrible. I don't care. Let's get the fat guys first. Okay. I don't know. How do you feel about makeup? I want to do some exercise videos, but I don't want to put makeup on. So, will I get criticized by looking terrible in front of a camera? Possibly. You know, we all look relatively the same in our natural state. You can put on makeup and anyone can be stunningly beautiful. Everybody can be stunningly beautiful. I know that when I put makeup on, I look fantastic. But I don't need the makeup to be fantastic. I can be fantastic without makeup. Oh, goodness gracious. And I can feel fantastic without makeup. I don't feel ugly without it. Because that would be crazy. Because I know what I look like with it. Just like I know what I look like with when I'm heavy, and I know what I look like when I'm light. I'm still the same person inside. And when I lose all my weight, people go, "Oh, Leah, you're so beautiful." Leah, you're so beautiful. And I'm like, I look the same as I did before. Because I was still the same person inside. But everybody judges you by the outward appearance, which is not what we're supposed to do. So, would it be just a case of pride? A case of fear of what people might say about me? Why is there a hair on that? I don't know. Well, I know probably why there's a hair on there. But I don't know why I hesitate. There be all those haters out there, right? Ooh, you look terrible. Oh, well, thank you. Did you like the exercises I did, though? Did you like the cards I made? That's what the important thing is. What I look like doesn't matter. This is just the shell that I was given. We all have the shell that we were given. Look at that, it lined up almost perfectly. Doesn't mean I have to cover it up with makeup, does it? No, why am I ranting about makeup? I do not remember how I got here. Anyways. Here we go. Probably because I'm getting closer to wanting to do those videos. I had some back surgery yesterday. It's a back procedure, back surgery, back something. That if it's successful, it will allow me to sit down without pain. Because every time I sit down like this, I'm in a lot of pain. So it would be very nice to read my granddaughter a book, sitting, take a car ride without wishing I could jump out of the car and stand up. And I also haven't exercised in over a year and a half. I'm a personal trainer. I let that go. And when I stopped being able to move or stand or walk, it became very difficult. So I'm thinking I might do some videos for people who are kind of in my situation. Here goes noise again. Let it heat up. We get so excited that we just kind of stick it onto the paper. How many of you have taken your heat gun and just right on the paper and it's like, no! Okay. Other hand. So I may have let my certification go for personal training, but that doesn't mean I don't remember everything and still study it. It's just that it was so costly to keep it going and deadlines and everything, and I can't go to the training sessions anymore because they're like all-day training sessions, and when you have to lay on the floor and watch everything, it's really hard to participate. Could be a tiny bit of an embarrassment to me too, being there with all those fit trainers and me not able to stand up. So I let it go. It was a very hard decision. Yeah, I've given up on the boss buddy thing. Buddy embossing buddy. Okay. There's been a lot of times in my life where I've had to swallow my pride and be humble. I'm not afraid of it. It's a very uncomfortable thing. Yeah. Duh. But that doesn't mean it's not something you can get through. I can get through humility, being humiliated, humble. Not horrible words. Anyways. You will survive it. I will survive it. You will survive it. God will bless us. It's not the end of us. He's bigger than we are. And didn't he suffer the most humbling and humiliating thing that could possibly ever happen to anyone? And all for us. So I may not be suffering my humility for him when it comes to some various things. But I know it's not the end of the world. I know this is the body that God has given me, and I'm its steward. So I'll do my best. Sometimes my best is not the greatest, but I will do my best. It's getting very messy over here, just in case you're wondering. And the dogs have now heard that Daddy is up, so there's going to be a lot of doggy noises too. Oh well. I only have 5 minutes left on my video, so I will cut it here because there's going to be a lot more to this whole thing, a process of getting these things onto this card. I'd rather not have an hour video. May God richly bless you. Love you. Talk to you later. And we're back. Let's try to get this belly band on this card. Pretty garden inside the card. Kind of boring on the outside. Now, let's take this. And I figured out it's 11 inches long. And the card, there's the center for my card at 5.5. That's right where the middle of the card goes. So then I took this and I'm pushing up and to the left, and I am marking right at the edge of my card. Just move it over just a smidgen. The edge of my card. Edge of my card. Kind of working right. Okay. Continuing to push up. Making my creases. And I will grab my topper. Maybe. Let's see here. It's just a smidgen bigger than this little edge right here. So the edge of the stuff is right there, and it's just like right there. So I don't have to worry about cutting it down, although I have noticed, I just need to come in a little bit. Miter the corner just a touch. Now, let's get this glued. Putting the gold on top, just because. I've got some double-sided tape here. Stick it down, take it off, throw it on the floor. Don't know why. Don't ask, I don't know why. Okay, so let's get our positioning again here. There's my center. And just going to follow the line. This is my Tombow Mono, whatever glue. And let's just throw our card in there. Why not, huh? Pushing everything up to the top. Bringing it over. Pushing everything to the top. There we go. Now, let's get this positioned on here. And moved over here. Sorry, you can't see everything. Now, card's 4 1/2, so it's about a half. And 4 1/4, I mean, sorry. So my measurement's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3/4 over on this side, and a half on this side. So now I just got to take my extra little piece of double-sided tape. Get it between those two. Didn't throw it on the floor this time. So it's between 3/4 and a 1/2 inch. So I'll go to 1 inch. Maybe. I'll get stuck there. And then over to maybe 3/4 and a little bit. Stick that to myself. That's good. Okay. Now. Let it lining up 3/4, 1/2 inch. Just going to bring it closer to myself to see if I've got lined up straight. It's pretty straight. I can move it up here, and I can use this edge. There we go. And then when they open the card, kabam! There's a garden in there with bees and everything. Isn't that pretty? So I'm just going to keep moseying along here with my belly bands, gold foil using Deco transfer gel, white heat embossing using my stamp set. I've used so many different stamp sets in the making of this card. Can you see it in all its shining glory? Now I'll open it up, and it says, "Happy birthday. Be awesome." Got my little bee guy there. Isn't he cute? There's a lot of sparkle and glimmer in here. I've got, what's that stuff called? Glossy accent little drops that I put on top of some sparkle gel markers. I've got some plain little mirrored dotty things. I've got some tropical colored sequins with a little pearlescence to them. These are alcohol ink. All these guys. A stamp, a little bee, and a little honeycomb background. And of course, don't forget to sign your work. Can't tell if that's blurry or not, because it's blurry for me. Okay. I hope you enjoyed the making of these birthday cards. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. May God richly bless you, and please join us on Facebook and our group All Things Cards. We would love to see you there. Bye-bye.